Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Meredith, Denise, Lucille. Good morning, y'all. Whew. Hi, let there be lights. About to cook some breakfast. That's what I'm about to do. I got to taste for some grits. How y'all doing this morning? Thank y'all for ringing the doorbell. Appreciate it. some sausage, eggs, and probably some toast too. Sounds good to me. Y'all cook for breakfast. Good morning. What is this sticky shit? Oh my goodness. What can you use to get sticky stuff off of something? I'm just making it worse. Oh wait, it's coming. It's coming off. I don't know what that is. Dang, the dry erase pad gets sticky stuff off. Dry erase pad. I had something so sticky on here. It was like adhesive, but it came off that stick over there. I didn't even know it was on the stick. And the dry eraser pad got it right on off of there. I'm over here scrubbing with alcohol, and I'm used the scrub pad. I'm over here scrubbing with rag. Just making it worse. I just made it worse. I put a black spot on there from the scrub pad, making it worse. So it came right off though. With that the alcohol didn't even work. It was helping, but it didn't get rid of like the spot that I had put on. As soon as I used the dry erase pad, took it right on off of it. So anyhow, good morning, good day to you people. Good day to y'all. breakfast. I got to taste of some grits. It's cold outside. And I got to taste of me some grits. This morning. Have a little. What do you call it? I told my husband by me having the little pot, I just might. Them little pots he just got me. I just might start learning how to cook smaller. Because, you know, all my pots, they like big pots. So, you know, the bigger the pot, the more you cook. So, hopefully, I learn to cut back. I use these smaller pots. That's probably what it's going to take for me. Smaller pots to learn how to cook smaller. Because I can't cook small. It's hard. And he did not, He's going to clean the microwave out. Hello. How you doing?
I sure did went right over something.
I'm glad.
As soon as you said something.
I'm glad I called you.
I did, because I was going to send my father. Where's your dryer?
Right here.
Oh, you doing some talking there.
Uh-huh. And the light switch right on the right side.
Right here. Got your new dryer and it won't work.
Mm-mm.
What's it do?
It don't get hot.
Don't get hot.
And I let it run for like an hour yesterday. So I YouTubed it. I was like, what could be the problem? And it said that it's probably the socket.
Yeah, I got it. Well, I'm trying to check the dryer over there. So. You would mention.
Huh?
You would say here.
Okay.
There you go.
It's
That's
hot
fine.
now?
Yeah.
It was a socket?
Yeah, it was a plug.
Oh, really? Okay. What you do?
Wasn't wired up right.
Reroute it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You good to go?
Thank you. All right.
$500.
Oh, no,
I'm
no.
just
I'm
kidding.
going to have to do some work with you today.
Well, I tell you,
finally got my dryer. Whew. Thank the Lord for that. What y'all cook for breakfast? Good morning, Alicia. Stick my hand down and then we don't broke it. Yeah, he told me he did because they were popping nigga up. I'm glad it did, 'cause I would have came back to a mess. I thought I had just got the dryer brand new, and when I got it here, it came yesterday, but when I got it, it wasn't drying nothing. Wait, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, I think it was. Wait, what's the day before yesterday? Yeah, day before yesterday it came, and so when it either way, one of the days, child, my mind, girl, I'm kind of anyway. So when it came and they plugged it in, the guy had told me I had to let it run for a little while, but I had let it run for like an hour and it wasn't getting hot. So I looked it up on YouTube to see what's going on because I was gonna try to fix it myself, the problem. And I saw what they said that it's probably the socket wasn't getting the voltage, the right amount of voltage. Now the dryer that I had wasn't nothing wrong with it. I just threw it out. But when I got this dryer, I forgot I had said I was gonna get the socket checked first. And went ahead on and bought the dryer because I was trying to, we had went and found the dryer or whatever, and I was trying to see if they had some on sale, you know, since it's run holiday, and they happened to have a good deal on that dryer. So I went on and got it. But the other dryer that I had, we threw it out We just threw it out. We done had all that time. And they probably want nothing wrong with my dryer. But, so by the time we came home, somebody was picking it up. We knew it wasn't going to sit on the side of the road long. Somebody was picking it up. And which I was glad of that, you know. But hopefully, no, that person that got it probably was scratching it because it looked like he had other stuff on the back of his truck that was scratching. But I'm like, dang it, I probably didn't even have to buy no dryer. But and what happens when you get to moving fast and stuff, you know, I did forget. I said I was going to get the dryer plug checked. At that point, I was like, you know what? And then what's so funny is, yesterday wasn't nobody answering the phones. No electricians answering their phones. So since there wasn't nobody answering the phone, I said, you know what? Whichever one that answered this phone, that's the one that's it needs for me to go with. So he happened to answer the phone. And at that point I was like, you know what? Whatever I got to pay, that's just what I got to pay. Because I done bought this dryer, so I got to get my socket fixed. And I ain't want to mess with nothing electrical, you know, because I ain't trying to, you know, burn my house down. Trying to rewire something or changing out a plug or whatever like that. So I'm like, if I got to pay, I just got to pay. Whatever I got to pay. So he got it together, but he shouldn't have charged what he charged. He shouldn't have charged what he charged though, because he didn't really have to do nothing. He said the only thing he had to do was rewire it. Whoever wired it, they wired it wrong. And so he just rewired it. And now it's dry. Now it's heat. Ain't that some shit? Damn. If it ain't one thing, it's another one. It ain't another, it's the one thing. Yeah, it's definitely heating now. But I don't know what that bad wiring part was about, because when I first moved to we put the dryer in, and our circuit breaker box was too small, so we had got our breaker redid. Thank you, girl. So we had got our breaker redid. So it was too small, and found out it was too small. I forgot how we found out it was too small, but anyways, we ended up getting the whole panel thing changed out. And then when we had plugged that dryer in, we thought that socket had made the dryer and the deep freezer go out, which it did make my deep freezer go out. But I don't know right now to this day if my dryer still worked or not, because I thought maybe it was the dryer when it turned out to be the socket. but you can get them in the freezer before they decide they want to go bad. I don't know what it is about meat nowadays, but it just ain't the same. Meat is not the same as it used to be. It mold fast, spoil fast. It just go bad faster than ever before. It just do not last. I'm trying to get the most out of it. I was gonna cut them like fun length, but ooh, I think I'm gonna get the most out of my sausage honey. These sausage be this big old pack like $20-some. So sausage, the good sausage be expensive. It's something I used to have to do when I was younger. Doing little stuff like this, it just take me down memory lane. When I was younger, my dad used to go to the meat market, Stanford Meat Market, Stanford, Florida, and used to go get like all our meats and stuff from there. And he used to get the sausage, everything. And so when we came home, they had like these little baggies and stuff that they gave you and stuff that was there, the little twist ties and all of that. And when we got home, I used to have to take all our meat and break it down into family sizes and put them in the bags and stuff. All the chicken and everything. So sausage is how we used to do our sausage. So I used to have to make the most out of our sausage. And this is what I used to do. I used to cut them down to a nice size for breakfast. And then I used to split them to make more. So just remind me of my childhood days doing stuff like this. And I didn't mind because I'm telling you, like, my dad, he was a grill master too. And he used to sell dinners and stuff. And back then it was called, where he used to go up under the tree. And so he used to go out there and be selling dinners and stuff. He used to cook chicken and rice on the grill. He used to cook chicken and rice on the grill. Chicken and rice. He used to serve leg quarters, ribs. He was famous for his ribs. His barbecue ribs. But he used to cook them leg quarters and had a pot of chicken and rice. I used to have to wrap all the baked potatoes. I used to have to season all his meats. I used to have to, sometimes I had to break down, well, the leg quarters, I had to skin them because he had a real sensitive stomach where he couldn't handle grease and stuff. Any little grease made him sick. And so he used to have me like pull all the skin off the chicken. So I used to have to skin the chicken and take the fat and stuff off the chicken and all of that. And I used to have to season up all the meats. Sometimes I had to cut the leg quarters up. That's why I'm so good with breaking down my meals and stuff, because this is something I've been doing all my life. And so once I got older, got out on my own and stuff like that, you don't really realize what you learning. And like I said, like my dad, he never said, I'm teaching you this for a life skill or, you know, anything like that. It's just, he used to hang like, it wasn't nothing like that, like what he was explaining to me, like, you know, this is something good for later on. It was just something that I had to do. I had to do it. And so once I got older, I treasure, you know, that part that he taught me, because it taught me to break down foods and stuff like that, you know. And one thing he used to love to say, save and conserve. We saving and conserving. That was his favorite words, saving and conserving. And so, like, he taught me the basics of cooking too. He didn't really go in the kitchen too much with me to teach me how to cook. I had a very, 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 very strict dad. He was real strict, and he did not play. He did not play when it came to nothing. He didn't play the radio. So one of the things, like for me, my dad, I used to always tell me, he said, you as a woman, you need to learn how to cook. You gonna be he said, you're a young lady. That's what he used to call me at the time. He was like, you're a young lady and you got to learn how to cook. And your brother, he ain't got to know how to cook because he got somewhere to lay his head any day. Because women, it's easier to take in a man than a man is to take in a woman. So I had to learn to cook. So when I was 8 years old is when it started. People ask sometimes, did my grandma teach me to cook? No, my grandma didn't teach me to cook because I wasn't raised with my grandma. I wasn't raised up around my grandma. My grandma lived in one state, we lived in another. What do I cook them with, or how do I cook them? I'm gonna show you how I cook them. But I throw them in the air fryer. If I'm doing seafood boil, I put them in there, just like how you would use any other sausage, just like that. But I just put a little water in the pan and fry them up. Well, let the water cook out just to cook the sausage all the way through. And then I let it fry up a little bit because I like to fry it up a little bit. So it had a little pop in the bite. See, these is good sausage. When you bite into it, it got that little pop. Girl, it be so good. But yeah, just anything you want to use sausage for. That's what you use it for. And but these here is connectors. These is as close as I can get to the real good sausage that we sell here. They call Kelly's, but I think they based out of Elba, Alabama. I think it is. So they not everywhere, but they here. And them Kelly sausage, baby. When I tell you, you fry up you a Kelly sausage or throw that thing in the air fryer, it's so good when it be cooked. When it smells so good when it be cooking, it smell like you be cooking bacon, literally. Smell like you be cooking bacon. But yeah, I really don't buy these connectors all the time though because they're so expensive. Just like the Kellys, they expensive. They run neck to neck. Both of them, they about the same price. But yeah, they run about the same price, I think. But I think like the big, I think the Kellys a little bit more because I think like the big pack, like what I just got, like that big pack right there came from Walmart. But that big pack of Kelly's, I think probably like $30. But they that good. They good. So whenever I see them on sale, I try to get them. I don't buy them regular because I only buy the big packs of them. I can't buy the little packs. They too good. You done ate the whole little pack in a day or two. I feel your seafood roll, they look like a snap. Yeah, they snap. But no, not just my seafood boil. I don't buy them for just seafood boils. I buy them for a breakfast sausage. Or if I want a sausage sandwich, or if I want to put it in my seafood boil, I put it in there. But no, I buy them for a breakfast sausage. So yeah. But yeah. So my grandma, she wasn't the one that taught me to cook. It was my dad. He started me out at 8 years old, and the first thing I learned to make was I learned two things that day. My first time cooking, and it was the first thing I had to cook. It was that morning I learned to make biscuits, and then later on that day I had to cook dinner, so I learned to make hamburgers. It wasn't no little simple little stuff like eggs or stuff like that. He did not start me out with little simple stuff like that because one thing about my dad, he it was a family. We had a family of 5, and he came from a family, a big family too, but he pretty much really didn't live with his mama. He stayed everywhere else. So then when he got of age, probably around like 16 or something like that. Cause my dad, he from Georgia. So I believe that's why I got a little country in me, cause I'm from the city, but I always had country in me, and I know I do. I always had country in me because I like the country lifestyle. I like the peace. I like the land. I like the space. I like the animals that come along with it. I like the cooking outside, the bonfires. I like all that. I love that about the country. I don't know if I can live in the country only because I'm scared of bugs, but I like the country. I got country in me. So that's probably why I got that countryness in me, because that might have come from my dad, being from Georgia or whatever. But I don't know. But yeah. So he really didn't have me in the kitchen where he was trying to teach me. It's funny, but it's true. He really didn't teach me. He threw me in the kitchen. Just like when it came to swimming. He didn't teach us to swim. We went out to in Florida, you can just get off on the side of the road and get in the ocean. So, we had certain spots. I'm all over the place, but this is how my story goes. And y'all already know how I am. I'm just an all over the place type person. But when it came to swimming, he didn't teach us to swim. He just threw us in the water and expected us to know how to swim. Like, we'll be out there just playing, and he'll just pick us up and just throw us. And we better swim. So I think that's how I probably learned to float. Because I can't swim, but I don't go down. I ain't going to drown because unless I'm caught up, probably if I'm caught up in current or something like that. But I'm not going to drown because my body just won't go down. no matter how much I try to go down up under that water, it won't go down. So that's why I'm a professional floater. And I can say that I know how to swim because I float. So if you can float, you can swim. My sister, she can swim. She swims like a fish. My brother, he can't swim. He never learned to swim from that. I think if anything, it might have just scared him up or something, but that would teach me to drown. He was right there, but he used to throw us. And how he learned, how he stopped throwing me. Because for one, I had got to the point where I was getting too heavy. But how he learned to stop throwing me was one day we was out there and he had threw me. And when he threw me, I hit a shell or something in the bottom, on the bottom. And when it hit my leg, I still got a scar to this day where it just ripped my skin. And he was like, get out the water. He said, the shark gonna come. Get out the water. Shark gonna come. So, but I guess I learned to float from that. But, so anyway, back to the story. So that's what he did to me in the kitchen. He just threw me in the kitchen. He didn't, after I learned the basis of how to turn the stove on, I'm talking about gas stove and all. After I learned the basis of how to turn the stove on, I learned what pot was what because he didn't call the pots by what the real names. My dad from the country, so uh, a long pan is a waiter. He'll be like, get that get that skillet or get that wok or get, like some of them had, but the waiters, you got to know what waiter he was talking about. And so he tried to do my brother and my sister like that. 17, I missed them so much. Sorry to hear that. I know you do. But I had to know the difference. And so I learned the difference. Because if I didn't, let me tell y'all something. Most of my whoopings came from in the kitchen. I wasn't a bad child at all. I had always been a homebody because I couldn't be a kid. He wouldn't let me be a kid because I guess because I was a girl and I had a brother and my sister, she always played outside with my brother and the boys and stuff, but I couldn't do that. That's why I learned to cook at 8 years old. Because one day I was outside and I was playing with him and he was watching me through the kitchen window. And he was like, I'm watching you. And if you know my daddy, you don't want to play with him. He instilled fear in us. Only thing he had to do was speak and we were scared of him. So these kids nowadays, it ain't nothing like back then. These kids, they play with their parents too much. Back then, your parents, the only thing they had to do was look at you a certain type of way. You knew what time it was. But, so, he threw me in that kitchen. And what he did was, he had started out taking out stuff. It didn't matter what it was. I don't care if it was steak, cube steak, whatever. Whatever he took out, turkey. He loved turkey. We ate a lot of turkey wings growing up. But whatever he took out, I had to cook it. And y'all probably like, well, why your mama wasn't, cooking and stuff like that? My mama, she worked a lot. And a lot of times my mama, she worked night jobs and stuff. So mama really didn't do a whole lot of cooking because if he wasn't cooking, I was doing all the cooking. So he he would go in there and he'll take out whatever he wanted for that day. No matter if I knew how to cook it or not. But once I put it on that table, it better have been right. So I took a lot of beatings in the kitchen, a lot of fussing in the kitchen at me and stuff like that. And that's why I cook the way that I do now. That's why when I cook, I never leave the kitchen. Y'all wonder, I don't see how she just stand up in that kitchen the whole time like that. Because it was instilled in me. to stay in the kitchen. If I left the kitchen, that was an ass whooping. I couldn't leave the kitchen. He was like, I don't care if just like how my living room right there, if our house was set up like that, the living room right there, I could not go in that living room and cook and be in the kitchen, got something on the stove. I couldn't do that because he was like, what he said? He said you can't cook in the kitchen. You can't cook in the room. You can't cook all over the house. You stay in the kitchen when you cooking. That's how you burn stuff. You wash that pot the whole time. So that's how I learned. I learned to stay in the kitchen. So that's why it don't bother me to just be up cooking in the kitchen. But I think that explains why I'm a fast cook too. And I have everything going because it keeps me moving around in the kitchen since I couldn't leave the kitchen. I'm constantly doing something the whole time I'm in the kitchen. So that's why I learned to cook everything at the same time. But yeah, I taught myself. After he taught me the basics of how to turn the stove on, what this pan was, what that pan was, I can't even remember him teaching me the season. I don't even remember him teaching me the season. But I had to learn how to cook by myself. I taught myself that. And as the years went on, I think I probably just fell in love with cooking. I'm not one of those type of cooks where I want to work in somebody's restaurant. I don't want to work in nobody's restaurant. If I was to cook, I want my own restaurant. I want my own food truck. I don't want to cook for nobody. Because for one, food service ain't my thing. Having to deal with, working up under somebody, that ain't my thing. But if I can do it by myself, I like it. I like it. Only thing I need is like a little help, just prep, maybe, or probably serving. But as far as the cooking part, let me do that. Let me do all the cooking. You can cut up some onions and bell peppers and stuff like that to help things move a little smoother, help fix the plates up, according to the orders or something like that. But as far as cooking, I got that down pat by myself. But I remember when I was probably about 14. I was about 14 years old. And I was cooking some steak. When I tell you that night, that steak was like rubber. My daddy was so mad about that steak, I had to cook it again the next day. He made me cook it again. So I was dating this little boy at the time. I was around that little age, I was liking little boys and stuff like that. And there was this one little boy I was stuck on. Oh, I was stuck on his little ugly ass. He was ugly now. I ain't gonna lie. Had acne real bad. Oh, he was so ugly. Oh, Anyhow. So he knew how to cook though. He was like 2 years older than me. And he knew how to cook too. So I was cooking that steak that night and I was telling him, I was like, I'm making steak. I don't know how to make the steak tender. And that's when I learned, I could say, I was 16. I wasn't 16. I definitely wasn't 16. I think I was probably like 14 or 15. And he was at least about 16 or 17. And I had called him and I asked him how to make the steak tender. And that's when I learned to put butter on your steak. And that's how you make your steak tender. So that's why y'all see me use butter and stuff like in certain things, because I know butter is a tenderizer. It works. It just works. But he taught me that. I learned that from a little boyfriend that I had when I was younger. Watching your husband cook the other day was kind of funny. He can't cook, child. He can't cook. He can't cook at all. But yeah, so yep, that's how I learned to cook. I taught myself. I am self-taught in a lot of things. I don't know, it just comes to me like that. So your parents never used seasoning like you do today, and I can believe that because my grandma didn't either. My grandma, with the way that I cook, my grandma be like, I can't cook like you. She said you cook different. You use all your stuff, all different kind of stuff. She was like, you use all that different kind of stuff. I don't know how to use all that stuff. Different kind of seasonings and just all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You use all that different stuff. I don't know nothing about that right there. So I look like you like them Pringles. Hmm? So grandma used to cooking with just salt and pepper. Where you going? You left the refrigerator open.
I know.
Oh. So grandma was used to just using salt and pepper and that's it. But when I tell you my grandma food was good, oh my goodness. My grandma knows she could throw down my dad's favorite food that my grandma used to make for her. Every time we went to Georgia, it don't matter what time of the morning it was. By the time we made it up, my grandma always had my daddy some collard greens. Oh, while you right here, sir, you never did clean this microwave out. And I'm gonna need you to clean this microwave out.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
You gotta mix it back up.
No, I'm gonna need you to clean that microwave out. But she have him some fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread. That's what he wanted, and banana pudding. Every time we went, that's exactly what my grandma had. And whenever she came to Florida to visit us, he had him some greens, some fried chicken, cornbread, banana pudding. That was his favorite. I think that was his favorite food. Because that's what my grandma fixed for him. That's what he wanted. But my mama, she didn't really know how to cook collard greens neither. My mama, she really didn't know how to cook collard greens neither, though. And I think for a long time, she didn't know how to make dressing. I believe that's why mama didn't do Thanksgivings and stuff. Because she didn't know how to cook all that stuff. So, but my mama, she never really learned to cook. I think my mama probably learned to cook from my daddy. Because my mama wouldn't let her get in the kitchen. My mama wouldn't let nobody get in her kitchen. And my mama would not let my mama get in no kitchen and cook. So my mama didn't learn how to cook growing up. And my mama was the baby of 6 girls. My mama was the baby of 6 girls. So she probably kind of had it made too, not having to cook. Yeah. And so I had to learn to cook too. I couldn't mess up my food. Because that was the ass whooping I was going to get, you know. So I couldn't mess up my food. I had to cook it. And if I burnt it, he made me eat it. If it wasn't cooked right, no matter what was wrong with it, if it was wrong, I had to eat it. And I think that's what taught me right from wrong when I learned to cook. Yep. I'm telling you, my daddy was something else. He wasn't no joke now. But some of the stuff, I appreciate him being tough on me though, because it taught me responsibility at an early age. It taught me how to budget. I didn't know all this till I got older now on my own though. But it taught me how to budget. It taught me how to save and preserve, like he used to like to say. It taught me It taught me how to stretch a dollar. And I learned to stretch a dollar. I know some of y'all done heard this before. But, you know, I'm pretty sure I got people that watching me that ain't never seen me. But I learned to stretch a dollar because I also had to grocery shop. Now, let me see. I can't remember how regular I had to go to the grocery store. But every time I went to the grocery store, he gave me $200 in cash to go to the grocery store. And I had to come back home with some food and not junk food. That's why I cook the way I do. And that's why I shop the way I do. Because I don't know how to go to the grocery store and pick out junk food. That's why I want my husband to come with me, because my husband, he don't want to know about the junk food. So I don't know how to go to the grocery store and pick out, you know, little quick stuff like that. Because if I would have came home with some junk, that was my ass right there. $200 in groceries, that was a lot of money at that time. And I used to have to go to the grocery store and grocery shop and stuff. He ain't want to do nothing. When I tell you, my daddy, he always wanted a lot of shit done, but he ain't never want to be the one to do it. I always had to do it. I was the oldest, you know, so he made me do a lot of things. And my mama probably didn't even know half of the stuff he had me doing. But I had to do everything. Everything. It was like I was his little woman. I used to have to, he didn't know how to dress. And he used to like to go to the club on Thursday nights and stuff. I used to have to pick his clothes out for the club, iron them up for him, crease his pants. I used to have to dress him. Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, I used to have to go grocery shopping. And so when I cooked, I couldn't cook junk food either. You know, I always had to cook foods while I had leftovers. Cook real meals. We went to the store to buy cereal and stuff like that. I couldn't buy no cereal in the box. We had to get them cereal in the bags. So we mainly ate a lot of Fruit Loops for a long time. We ate Fruit Loops for a long time. But it wasn't the real Fruit Loops, it was the Fruit Loops in the bag. We ate Fruit Loops for a long time. And then they finally came out with this Captain Crunch berries. But it was in the bag. And that's how we was able to switch our cereal up. But his favorite cereal was Frosted Flakes and honeycomb cereal. So now that I'm older, I think that's my favorite cereal now. Frosted Flakes. Yep. Yep, I think that's my favorite cereal now, Frosted Flakes. But I treasure some of the things, you know, that he instilled in me. Because if he didn't, I'll be like a lot of these young people now, like, I don't get it. Every time I say, yeah, I'm finna cook. Then when they say what they finna cook, I'm like, child, you over here making junk food. They love to, I'm finna make some hot honey chicken tenders, hot honey chicken wings, and what? Y'all over here making snacks, honey. Where the food is? So, my husband is blessed to have me. You know, somebody that know how to cook some real meals. some real meals. I cook real meals. And so once I got here, that's when I learned to cook the southern meals. That's when I learned the chitlins, the hog maws, the dressing, the collard greens, all the real southern foods when I got here. Yeah. No, my dressing started when I was in New York. Then when I got here, it started getting better. So yeah. But I make my dressing the way that I do now because when we was in New York, right, it was for Thanksgiving, and me and my mama, we was talking about, I know how to make good dressing. My dressing better than yours, blah, 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 blah. So me and mama, we had us a dressing cooking contest. And I had made the dressing how I learned to make the dressing from my aunt back in Florida. Because like I told y'all, my auntie is the one that used to do our Thanksgivings every year. I'm doing good. My auntie is the one that used to make do the Thanksgiving for us every year. My mama's sister. And that year we was in New York, and me and mama had that dressing cooking contest. And mama had made her dressing, and mama had done blowed me out the water with her dressing. Everybody was loving mama dressing. She told me, yeah, I did something different to it. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you what I did. Come to find out, mama had added some cream of chicken to her dressing, and that turned the whole dressing game around when mama added that cream of chicken to her dressing. I don't know where she get that from, but that's where I get that from. So that's what I learned from my mama. I ain't learned no cooking from my mama, but when I got older, I learned how to make hoe cakes from my mama, and I learned to put cream of chicken in your dressing. And yeah. Thank you, Miss Angela. and I like to beat my pots too. If you ain't beating a pot and making noise in the kitchen, you ain't cooking. It's funny. I could crack these eggs with one hand, but I don't think I could crack an egg with two hands. I probably have shit. Let me see. It just feels funny. I could do it with one hand. Y'all already know mayonnaise, I tell you, make the best toast. Let's see if I got some mayonnaise now. I forgot to buy some mayonnaise. I got just a little bit. Barely enough. My husband, well, he don't like it with mayonnaise, but he love it with mayonnaise. He just don't love it. Damn it. It's a little too dark, but it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Be alright. Be alright. Oh yeah. Got my eye up too high. I'm not paying attention. So if you ain't got no butter, just try it one time. Even if you do got butter, try it one time. Put your little mayonnaise on your bread and toast it. Don't put too much because it'll taste oily. Just put enough to cover the, you know. Y'all ain't see nothing. If you like Waffle House in them and you eat their toast, and there's probably plenty more that do it, but I know for a fact Waffle House. If you like Waffle House in them and you eat their toast and they cook it on their little grill or whatever, and it got like a little different taste to it than butter, that's mayonnaise. You can't taste the mayonnaise, but the mayonnaise cooked on toast tastes better than butter on toast. My husband don't eat mayonnaise, and he loves his toast. He just think he be eating butter. Oh, I need my butter. Babe, breakfast ready. Another thing my dad was strict about was his eggs. He liked his eggs not runny, but not dry, and definitely not crumbly. He liked them fluffy. And they had to be like slightly wet, but not too wet. I'm gonna show y'all. So take them off the eye at this point. Mix them up a little bit. That's how he liked his eggs right now. I don't know if y'all can see it. Like that, slightly wet. Yep. Now it's time to eat. Time to eat. Look at them grits. Let's see if we can catch it. Nice creamy grits. Oh, this season. Just right. Okay. Perfect. See how we just stretched sausage? So I took the sausage, I cut it in one long length, I cut it in 3 pieces. So really we got 3 pieces of sausage, but really we only got 1.5. You better stretch that dog. Kind of like a little extra black pepper on my grits, but not enough to taste the spice. Breakfast is served. Hold on, I'm finna get off right now. Breakfast is served. Let me see if I can turn it around so y'all can see it real good, child. Oh, child. What's up, Susan? Oh, child. Look at that toast, child. Nah, it's a little burnt on that side, but oh, child. It's finna go down, child. You know what to set this off? So, girl finna be bussy. What'll set this off is some bacon.
Mm.
All right,
I'm on
y'all.
the phone. She said just come to the phone. She on the
I
phone.
know. Hello. Hold on, Mom. Hold on. Hello. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Girl. Okay. All right. Come on, taste your breakfast for me, honey.
No, I don't got mayonnaise on my sandwich.
We ain't even got no mayonnaise. Babe, the butter is clearly right. The butter is clearly right here on the counter. We don't have no mayonnaise, honey.
Oh, no. Well, you be lying, boy. You be lying, boy.
Ain't no mayonnaise on the bread. Y'all look at them.
Butter on there for the eggs. Or the
No,
grits
it's
or something.
not. I use the butter.
I don't believe that shit.
You always say that. You just cause you seen me make my toast with mayonnaise one time, now you swear I always put mayonnaise on your toast.
Oh, listen. Listen.
Babe, I put.
Listen. I just meet you yesterday. What wrong with you? I just met you yesterday.
But how you gonna say? But how you gonna say that? I don't have no mayonnaise though. I forgot.
know.
I told you when I was at the grocery store, I forgot to buy mayonnaise.
You don't need it anyway.
Dang.
I don't know, man.
What?
Don't me taste this, y'all too bad.
No, I want you to taste your breakfast for them. I done sat with them, talking with them about how I learned to cook and you know how I learned to cook on my own and stuff.
Both in my toast? No, both in my mind.
No, this is my toast. Right here, this one.
How you know which one yours?
Because it's darker. I ain't gonna give you my burnt toast.
Boy, you be lying. Something ain't right.
Well, if you want the burnt toast, I'll take the other one.
No. I'm gonna take what I got, but you know what yours on. That mean mayonnaise somewhere, bro.
Y'all, one night explaining about how I learned if you burn something, stop lying. You can't smell nothing.
When I smell mayonnaise.
You don't smell no mayonnaise. When you ever smelled some mayonnaise? You smelling too hard to say you can smell it. Taste it and see if you can taste it. Dang.
Oh, well. Let me see what we got here. Ain't no salt in my mind.
Yes, it is. It's seasoned.
I ain't got no salt.
See, something wrong with your damn taste buds. Your ass. I'm telling you, you getting the way you like too much salt.
Oh, it's awesome. I'll taste it. Right.
I know you can taste it. Mm-hmm.
That's good, bro. I can have it. I'm just ain't right about this toast situation. Yeah, that's something.
It really ain't all that. Because I like mayonnaise on mine.
like what you like.
I like what I like. Just because you don't like mayonnaise, I mean,
I don't want it on mine.
don't let the toast go to waste. You gonna eat it.
Yeah, I'm eating.
Oh.
What's on it? Why you keep wanting me to know I'm eating?
Cause I can eat it. I can eat
I
mine a
don't
little
know
faster.
Then when I eat it, you gonna say something like,
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you got mayonnaise on them. Feel it coming. I just feel it coming, bro. Let me get the syrup. I just feel like it's coming. As soon as I bite that mother.
What?
Anything else, you just gonna tell me, man.
He likes sweet grits. He gonna put some syrup or some jelly in his grits. Mm-mm.
Bite me.
It's up to you. If you don't want it, I eat it.
I ain't know how to taste me. I know something wrong.
If it's good, it's good.
You only gotta be with the edge of the butter.
Hmm?
The butter gotta be with the edge of the grit. Oh, what no tongue.
I did make the sauce with the butter. I put it on the stove though. Do you taste mayonnaise? You done beat it.
I knew it.
Do you taste mayonnaise?
I knew it.
Ain't no mayonnaise. We ain't got none.
I knew it. As soon as I picked it, I knew it was coming. I knew it, bro. You got
Like, how many use mayonnaise?
You got me. You keep asking about the fucking toes.
I ain't asking about no toast.
Why you ask?
You keep talking about. I ain't asking
You
that.
just talking about you beat it. You beat it.
I said you bitter. You taste mayonnaise.
See? Why you gotta mention? I say don't mention nothing about me biting.
Mayonnaise. I put mayonnaise in the grease too.
I know you lying enough. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. You don't even. You ain't even good when you heat up mayonnaise.
How you know if it's good or not?
Well, it's ranch.
Ain't no.
Mayonnaise is ranch, ain't it?
All right, y'all. I'm finna get ready to go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. And I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good one. And cheese grits is bomb. Exactly. And mayonnaise toast is too. Just don't listen to my husband, y'all. He don't know what he be talking about. Or do he? Ha! He eating that toast.
Bro, come on, bro. I know you didn't, bro.
What?
You can have my toast, huh?
I ain't do nothing.
I'm gonna have my toast. I don't even want no more. I hear you whispering.